So today we're gonna be doing a tune-up on the 4-cylinder Nissan. First step, you're gonna take this bolt out. You got three. You got 1, 2, 3. So you can use the nail key, a 5mm hex. I already took them out just to speed up the process. Just to take out the plastic cover, get that to the side. Now this is a 4-cylinder, so you're only gonna have 4 coils and 4 spark plugs. These are newer models where it's just a harness and a coil. You don't have the wires. These are all 10mm. Break them loose. Should be able to do it by hand and not too tight. Now you're able to take out these coils and remove the harness. Now I recommend doing one at a time. Okay, now I recommend doing one at a time if you're doing it outside like I am, because you got wind, debris going all around. Once you take this out and take out the spark plugs, you exposing the pistons to anything in the air. So just do one at a time. If you take this out and you see oil coming out, you're gonna, depending on the vehicles, you're gonna have to change these gaskets. On this vehicle, these are not repairable. You have to buy the whole assemble when it comes with the PCV valve. So I do recommend changing that as well. But on this vehicle, I already replaced this whole I replaced this whole thing, so I don't have to do that. But if you start seeing oil when you take out your coils, that's how you know you're leaking. I mean, you will need to replace this or the whole valve or gasket. Make sure you put the harness to the side. You do not want to get oil on any of these harnesses. Now in this vehicle, in most vehicles, it's a 14mm socket. Some are 16. Complaints. There goes, I'm gonna get there. On this vehicle, you're gonna need a 14mm socket. Some vehicles are 16. You can use any regular socket, but these has a magnet in it. So once you take this out, the spark plug will be attached to that magnet. If you use a regular socket, you will need to take it out with a stick that has a magnet on it. You do not want that spark plug to drop inside the housing. Get it close up. So this one does have no oil on it. I don't have to replace the gaskets. As you can see, that's why I say to do one at a time. Once you remove the spark plug, this housing is exposed to any debris flying through it. So you don't want to risk getting any debris if you're not paying attention. You get into the pistons. Now in this vehicle you want to use iridium. It's better than copper and platinum. It will last way longer. You could do 60 to 100,000 miles before you will need to replace them again. I recommend getting iridium, never platinum or copper. Well, depending on your vehicle too, check your manual. You can check your manual, go online, Google it, see what's the gap on your vehicle. You could buy these pre-gap, but you never know if they actually gap them the right way. So you buy one of these. There's another one where you could slide through it, but for my vehicle I need a 44, 45. You see mine is right at the 44, so I'm okay. Now if you are not gapped at 44, like this one's a little tight, they got these in the back in order to move it back some. Now if your spark plug wasn't gapped, on this side you're able to move this to the back. In case you want to open up the gap a little more. You do not want to bend the iridium. That's pretty much what's the difference on each spark plug. Is this will either be copper, platinum, or on this one iridium. So you do not want to touch, that's where it sparks. So if that gets damaged, there will not be any spark in the, for your combustion, and you will have a misfire and a lot of vibration. So as you can see, I tilted it back, and it's way more. Now this is probably about 50. So now if you go too high, you can also bring it back. So just be cautious not to break it. I might have went too much. It's probably 30. But you get the point. Just do not damage the copper, platinum, or iridium that ignites the combustion. It is very important that you do not damage that. You will notice it if you start feeling the misfire or vibration. Now when putting it back, you want to do it by hand. You do not want to cross thread this. And with the magnet sockets, you can see it's a lot easier to drop it down. Once you feel it tight with your hand, attach the ratchet. Most of these are usually 15-20 foot-pounds, so you do not want to go too much. Once you feel it tight on your hand and you feel like you're doing too much pressure, just stop. Get the coil back in. on it.
I think it switched.
Yeah.
Hopefully I like me shooting a video.
If I was to do it myself, I have to keep cutting on and off. It would take forever. No oil, good thing. Now, if two of them are clean and you got oil on one, you can actually just replace this on some vehicles, not this vehicle. I will be showing you how a V8 works and a 3.0 straight six, explaining how those spark plugs come out. In case you have a V8 or a 6-cylinder. Get the new one in.
Okay, 5 minutes.
Okay, let's hand tight. No oil. Take the old one out, put the new one in. And the 4-cylinder is real quick, especially on a Nissan like this. And this vehicle was overheating at one point. That's what you see the copper exposed. It's actually not a good thing. You do not want these touching. So they keep these separate. In case your vehicle has this issue, I will be covering this up later. hand tighten before you use the ratchet. Get these as tight as you can by hand with the ratchet. Don't use the electric tools. I'm doing the tune-up. You want to feel the pressure. Alright, and put the cover back on. It says that's a 5mm hex. You can use the L key. Tie it back up, and that's it. So on the V8, it's a little bit more difficult. You do got 8 spark plugs, and as you can see, this is where the ignition coils are. Could access the bolts here. Same thing, you take out the bolts and take out the harness. Then get a ratchet to take out the spark plugs. But as you can see on vehicles like this, it sometimes got objects on the way with the fuel line, so it's a bit of a tough job on this one, especially to get access to this spark plug back here. And you also got 4 on that side and then 4 on this side. On this, you're gonna have to take out the intake in order to get to these 4 coils and spark plugs. So as you can see, it's a little bit more of a difficult job on the V8. The Nissan I just did is real easy. Gonna have to change this breather hose. I didn't notice a hole on it, so not sure if I'm gonna change the PCV valve. I'll upload a video if I do. Gotta change this hose, but it's pretty simple. You just put it out from here and here. So I should upload it. But you got a crack here. Sometimes it's a vacuum leak, so you might get a little bit of a hesitation. Straight 6. Now this 3.0 6-cylinder. You can see all of them are all lined up here. It's actually pretty easy. Except the one in the back, you don't got too much space. So on the V8, usually it's the most complicated vehicles for a tune-up. Well, not that complicated. It's just not enough space. There's another vehicle I'm gonna be working on. As you can see, I had it sitting here 2 years. You see the rat poop. Gotta clean this vehicle up. It is not starting, so this vehicle is not starting, so I'm gonna upload videos diagnosing this BMW. I had it sitting here 2 years, so I'm gonna have to clean up, do a few things before I could try to get it started. There was a sound system on this vehicle, and I might have cut off the electric circulation through the wiring. So it's actually a few things I'm gonna have to check. It's a no crank, no start at the moment. I'm gonna replace the battery since it's been sitting for 2 years. Doing a few things on this vehicle, so stay tuned into my channel for gonna be doing work on a V8, a 3.0 6-cylinder, and a 4-cylinder.